So how much does it really cost to be a realtor? Gonna break it all down for you guys. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Rebecca. I'm a realtor based here in Idaho, but I'm also licensed in 2 other states. And it took me a while to figure out my strategy and how I wanted to run my business as a realtor. So now, after being in the business for a few years, I am focused on helping other realtors figure out how to do the same. But in today's video, I know that a super common question and thought that realtors have is, how much does it actually cost to be a realtor? So here we go. I'm gonna break down all of my expenses from 2022 for you guys so you can see exactly how much I spent in real estate last year. Here we go. Okay, got my laptop here. I have my spreadsheet pulled up that I keep throughout the year. This is where I track all of my expenses when it comes to my business, everything from MLS dues to client gifts and everything like that. I should note, I'm really bad about tracking my mileage. I know that some realtors are great at that. I am not great at that, so that's something that you won't really see in here, but for the most part, you will see all of my other expenses in here. So obviously this stuff can vary and it depends on what area you live in and how much exactly you want to spend on some of this stuff. But for me, this is what it looks like in my area. Some usual like marketing costs that I have in here and things like that. So let's jump in. Okay, number one, the very first thing I had on here was my Squarespace. That's my website subscription, just my website platform that I run it on. Back from January of last year. That's because I first designed my website in January, so it recurs every January now, and that was $144. That doesn't count the separate area that I have in my website for my course. So total, all of that was another $189. So what is that, like $200 and something for my website. Second thing I have in here, obviously this is not a necessity, but I had a real estate sign made for my clients to hold like at closing that just says like said yes to the address, just a cute little sign. I had a local business do it, so it was a little bit cheaper than others that I found online, but it was $50 to do that. Okay, my first MLS dues for the year, I forget what period this covered, but I think it was like the first 3 months of the year, was $635. I also had some closing gifts in here, so total that was about $100. I also had, next was Supra, which is the lockbox like platform we use here, and that is $19.38 a month. So obviously I just have that down like as a recurring charge, so I won't go through that every month, but it is reflected in the total. My brokerage fee is $85 a month, so same thing, I have it down every month, it'll just be included in the total. I also had some other MLS dues due in March for $90. I had some neighborhood postcards printed in March that were $48. Here I have some closing gifts that totaled to be about $120. That's about what I usually spend on client gifts, usually anywhere from like $100 to $200. Same thing, another closing gift, total that was $148. More dues were due in June for my MLS. This one was $360. I went to a like women in real estate event. So the ticket for that was $100. That was back in June. Obviously, again, not a necessity, but I put it in here because it's something that I spent on my business. Another closing gift, $157. Another closing gift, total was about $100. I had to take a continuing education class, so the course online for that was $120. So that is something that most agents will have to do depending on your state. It might be every year and then every 2 years from there, or it might just be every year or every 2 years depending on how your state structures that. I had a discount code for the CE shop. If you are having to do post-licensing or continuing education, the CE shop, it's just a website, is a really good resource for that. They're all like online courses. They're really straightforward and easy to do. So I would definitely recommend that for any agents that need that. And then in October, I had more MLS dues due. That is one thing that if you're an agent, you're gonna feel like you're always paying, just constantly. Some MLS is structured differently. As far as I've experienced, I'm licensed in 3 states. Most of them do it quarterly or like twice a year, but yours might vary. So these in October were $767. Again, this is just for 2022. So you can see MLS dues are definitely one of the bigger expenses that you're gonna have as an agent. And I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, but MLS dues vary depending on your area and wherever you live. I'm also licensed in Las Vegas. The MLS dues there are higher because it's a bigger, I'm assuming because it's a bigger association, bigger area. They're a little bit less here, so it just varies. I had some client Christmas gifts in November that I ordered. They were about $70. More closing gifts here in November was about $100. I ordered a new listing post on Amazon for $85. Some sign holders from Lowe's for $40. And then I had my signs printed for $90. One thing to note, if you're a listing agent or if you're going to be listing heavy, do your research on where to order signs the cheapest. I can recommend one if you want. Where to get listing posts the cheapest. A lot of times like fast signs and stuff like that are convenient, but they're a lot more expensive, so keep that in mind. Last year I got licensed in another state, so I had to take an exam for that, obviously, to be licensed. So all of my licensing fees for that were about $150. Then the license application for that was $90, and then the dues for that association were about $1,100. So again, MLSs are not cheap. And then I had to sign up for Supra in that new state. So again, that's the lockbox platform. The setup fee for that was $60. And then that is another recurring monthly charge of $15.97. So total, all of these expenses from 2022, so what it cost me to be a realtor last year, were $5,881.45. So not cheap, as you can tell. Obviously, that doesn't include like my commission splits with my broker or anything like that. These are just the straight, like usually monthly or just fees that I have that come up. And like I said, there is so much that goes into this, depending on where you live and what your marketing strategies are and everything like that. But if you're a new agent or if you're just curious, it will probably be around this range. So it is definitely an investment to be a realtor. A lot of people think that you should get into real estate because it's easy and you'll make a lot of money. And while that's definitely true in some cases, but in general, real estate, it's not really like that. And there is a lot of money that goes into it and goes into maintaining your business and maintaining your license and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. I don't want to discourage you at all because it's an amazing business and it's given me and my family so much, but just know there are a lot of expenses that come with it. So yeah, almost $6,000 last year. Tell me below if this is more or less than you thought. I'm curious if this is high or low, or if that's normal for other realtors. But yeah, I hope that was helpful for you guys, just to kind of give you a little bit more insight into what some common expenses and how much it costs to be a realtor can be. Let me know if you guys have any questions on any of this. As always happy to help you guys out. And until my next video, see you guys next time. Bye guys.